Again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Eddie Marcus, being consistent with what I said I would do for you. God has spent many, many moons sending messages to you about God's love for you. And He's used me as the tool, as the agent, to bring that message to you. But for some reason or another, most of you have never heard anything of me or about me. And so I'm going back, picking up some of those historical facts, and I'm sharing them with you so that you know that I'm not a Johnny-come-lately, but God has cared about you all the while. And I've been committed to do my due. I'm going to share with you now a letter from May 1st, 2012. It goes to dear pastors, other community leaders, and representatives. Let's change America to paradise. I am willing. Excuse me. The last presentation had me crying a little bit. And my eyes, a little cloudy. It says, let's change America to paradise. I am willing. I am Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate, basic human rights for all people. My motto is that thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This means that by the Spirit of God, a successful effort is exercised to assure that all people, more specifically every American, experience their individual and collective dreams in their present bodies on this earth during these times. It is acknowledged that all over the inhabited earth, various systems of government exist, each reflecting life as it is meant to be, with a complicated view, while denying the reality and superiority of the government of God. It is my mission to identify those housing the true Spirit of God, having the goal of usurping control of the American system of government through the process of divine love for God, expressed through the love for humankind, which results in the elimination of selfishness, injustice, bigotry, and bias within our social and economic well-being. I have been instructed to remind all God-loving people, as well as inform the public at large, that God is CEO of the universe, the creator of all existence, the provider of all necessary elements for the creation of every good and every required in meeting the needs and everything and every good and service required in meeting the needs, desires, and hopes of all the people, developing and maintaining peace, prosperity, and joy throughout the land. Excuse me again. Something got in my eye. I can't just step away, ladies and gentlemen, and do it because I can't edit this stuff. God has equipped, in continuation, God has equipped every individual with a gift and talent, enabling each to participate in the creation and establishment of the system whereby the will of God is manifest on earth, enabling each individual to partake of the divine reward, which is the fruit of God's will. The challenge calls on the people to renew their minds from the systems of government of men and produce the world as we know it to be today. Let me read that again. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That must be hair or something in my eyes. I don't want to start over because I really got so much to do for you. So I'm going to try to fight this anyway. Let me read this paragraph over. This challenge calls on the people to renew their minds from the system of government of men that produces the world as we know it to be today, a world racing to meet the destruction and prophecies of Revelation, and create a new mind whereby all people, Americans, are ordained, are educated in the tools of life, establishing a reservoir of abundant prosperity as a result of participation of all God's children in the making of on earth as in heaven. It is a known fact that two people can read the same Bible or the same scriptures and come up with two different interpretations. In fact, an individual can read the same scriptures twice and come up with two or more interpretations. It is this reality which is the reason for the existence of thousands of denominations and faiths and governments, each claiming to be the one more in line with God's will. Yet, in fact, is the representation of division in God, allowing the enemy of God to prevail. Today, I'm asking you to rely on love to guide you to the path of righteousness. Love is knowing what you will require from God and taking that requirement and expressing it as much as humanly possible to mankind. Love requires that you go beyond the Bible and what others have said about God and become a letter of love yourselves. Let love write the story of God in your lives. Let your lives speak a clearer language of the Divine Father. What if God stopped blessing you simply because you are not perfect? Or do you want or think you should be continuously blessed, though you are not deserving? Then why not be a blessing to others, though they too are not deserving? Let those that have a distorted view and understanding of God support the current American system of government by dividing God into a Democrat and a Republican, allowing a continuation down the path of destruction. If they want to be ghosts, let them. But you become a sheep, a child, obedient to God rather than a servant of Caesar. In November, go to the polls and vote for God. Vote for His will on earth. Become a tool of peace, prosperity, and joy for all. Committed to change America by writing in Eddie Marcus as the next U.S. president, because America has placed God behind walls of buildings and hidden in the minds of believers. I will not be on the ballot. You must write my name on the ballot. I am the tool that will allow you, by God's power and your will, to recreate America into a heavenly blessing and not a beacon awaiting physical destruction. I'm asking you to do for God what Caesar has forbidden. I'm asking you to share with your congregations, constituents, what I have shared with you. Let us together put God's will on the throne. Do not be a slave to their 501c3. To continue the path the church has been on is in keeping with the scriptures of surrender to Caesar that which is Caesar's. Free the church from the power of Caesar and bring the church back to God. Thanks. I forgot, ladies and gentlemen, I have sought after the office of president several times in keeping with the message that I bring. I didn't recognize that I had that included on this letter, but yes, I do, and you have heard that in 2012, even though Barack Obama was running for office again, I also sought the office to represent God in hopes that you wanted God's way enough to write my name in, freeing yourself from the clutches of evil in this world. But for one reason or another, that didn't happen. I just want to thank you so very much for sharing this information with others, if you will. Again, thank you.